Facebook is online. Do we want both of these streams? Okay, the YouTube events is online. Yeah, I think it's starting to go now.
I think we are live on the YouTube as well now.
Yeah, guys, you are live. You're live.
Okay, very good. Keep in mind, guys, we do have a delay, so let's just continue forward and not pay any attention to the actual YouTube stream. Okay, we start seeing some people coming online. Thank you all very much. Sorry for the little delay here, a little bit of technical issues trying to tie all this together with Restream. Thank you, Nick, for all your help with doing all that. As you guys can see, we have Danny with us, and of course Jesper as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started here right away. Actually, let's just hold off just a little bit. I know there was like 46 people waiting on YouTube, and we just have 11 watching at this point, 12 now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Just going to hold on here for a couple more minutes. You guys want to say a real quick hello before we get started?
Hi, Dave. Good to see you.
Hi, everyone.
You too, Jesper.
Danny.
Good to have you.
No, thank you so much, Dave. Thank you, Danny. Danny, I see you are as much in love with Zoom as I am with Discord, because otherwise you would see my private chats going to you all the time. You haven't noticed anything, so I have thumbs up for that. You know I love Discord, right? So now I realize you love Zoom because you haven't seen my chats, and normally you're hammering loose there on the chat board. So yeah, that's good.
I've seen it now.
I've seen it now. Cool.
Very
Thank
good.
you. So how are you guys? You good?
Oh boy, it's been a busy day for me. A lot of running around, and happy to get here and get things set up. We were actually here early getting things set up, but we had an issue trying to get Restream to work for us. It's our first time using Restream, but like I said, thanks to Nick, we got things set up, and now we're live, and people are starting to jump on. So it's very good to see. I think we'll go ahead and get started now. Thank you all very much for joining us. Of course, my name is Dave Bergsma. I'm the co-founder of XTRABYTES, and we've got Danny Brouwers with us, Director of Technology, and our new guy, Jesper Bentzen, Director of Sales and Marketing. And we are very happy to make this live stream for everybody to get an introduction to Jesper, of course, and then Danny's going to share a little bit of a couple of small updates that I think that people will like to hear. So I guess let's go ahead and let's start having a talk with Jesper. Danny and I might ask him a few questions along the way, and just to keep things going. But Jesper, I'm sure, has lots to say. Jesper Bentzen, it's a pleasure to have you on board with us. Jesper and I actually go back about, I guess, 16 years, 15, 16 years.
I'm not that
like
old.
That. And anyway, so it's a great pleasure. This guy, I've been, hoping that we can get to him at some point, but he was tied up with another project. And I guess it was about 2 months ago now, I made him another phone call. And that just happened to be that the door was open, and we started talking about XTRABYTES. He knew what I was doing. He knew that we had something going on here at XTRABYTES. Didn't have a lot of information though. So we started talking almost every day at that point, and then eventually we got to the point where Jesper decided that it was a good idea to jump on board with us and help us to take this thing up into the air, if we can say, with the sales and marketing that we need to do. We needed a really strong leader, and not only did we get a really strong leader, we have a very capable guy here who can go out and start putting some deals together for us. So without getting into a bunch of different stories of Jesper and I over time, I'd like to just bring Jesper on and have him introduce himself to you all. Jesper, thank you for joining us. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. Thank you. Actually, I'm sitting in my summer house here. I'm on my way with the family, so I'm sitting in our own summer house, enjoying. Yeah, it's raining today, but normally here in that area in Denmark where I live, it's always a sunny day. So it's a little bit off season here, if I may say so. Guys, I'm 54 years old. I'm married, happily married. I love my wife. I have 5 kids. And like Dave said, he started calling me 2 months ago. And actually, I met Dave, like he said, 16 years ago, but like almost 5 years ago, we actually started, I introduced him to cryptocurrency and blockchain. And we were both overwhelmed because it was pretty new information to both of us. And hadn't it been for that, I wouldn't have been sitting here today. Maybe not even Dave would be sitting here. So I can only say that I'm very, very proud to be able to say that I'm now part of XTRABYTES. And yeah, I've joined as the Global Sales and Marketing Director. I have been, my background, I've been self-employed for 30 years. I had 6 of my own companies, most out of Denmark, but also global companies at the same time. That was including marketing company, which may be of most important to you guys. I built up a global distribution company of my own. At the same time, I was actually working as a consulting for 4 different companies. So that was both national and international. Like I said, I have 5 years experience in cryptocurrency and blockchain. It doesn't make me an expert whatsoever because I'm not into the nitty-gritty details. I know what the industry needs, which I can use to create strategic meetings, contacts, strategic partners, and at the end of that, I can create sales. So worldwide, I have identified distributors. I built up country managers. I made contracts for exclusivity to sell various products. On top of that, I've been responsible for educating the entire, if I'm in one country, I have a country manager. I've been building up the entire sales staff, which is something we will need here at a certain time as well, once we've found our strategic partners. The reason why I've joined is because XTRABYTES, they've seen they need to take the business to the next level. So far, the main focus has been development. Now it's more like business mind, if I may say so, Dave. I hope you agree that this is what we're doing here, because they have developed something that, you know, the world, they have no clue what they're doing here. And it's amazing. I've never, ever seen anything like it before. This is going to change the world, I'm sorry to say, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And that's why I'm so excited of being part of this. What we need right now to move forward, we need to identify some strategic partners so we can start creating some sales at the end of the day. Because without sales, there's nothing we can do. We would like to set up a pilot project with some partners and prove our concept, just bit by bit, so that the world starts seeing what we're doing here, because this is very, very important for everybody. I do understand that the community behind XTRABYTES, they are more or less, of course, if I may say so, interested in the coin value. But if you guys understand the role that I'm taking part of here, you will fully understand that without that being done, what I have to help doing here, you know, there's not going to be a business for the future. It's not going to be a high rise for the coin. So it's very, very important that we do this and we all do it together. And from what I've learned so far, without going into technical details, I can only say I just love it. I can't wait really to get my hands into this, because we really have a toolbox full of tools here. My first role will start being in this scenario here. We'll find this strategic partner, build up the pilot project, steering their marketing team into creating some sales material that we can present part of the products, not everything, but only part of it, just small things at the beginning, so that the whole community, the whole world can see, wow, now they're starting moving, now they're starting generating some deals here and there and everywhere worldwide. And we're not trying to launch the whole, if I may say so, cruise ship in one go. We just take one small step at the time. This can be, you know, a huge company, it can be a small company, but I do have some very, very, I don't know if I have to go into details here, Dave, but We have some strategic partners that we already have identified, and we're in a very, very good position right now because many of these companies that are already working in the blockchain technology, they are starting approaching XTRABYTES and asking if they can be allowed to be working with XTRABYTES. So this is a very, very lucrative situation to be in that position, that they are coming to us because they know that XTRABYTES have something that they do not have. So again, there are other strategic partners out there. I cannot reveal in which area because that's way too soon to do that. But I've already started to digging into that with the help, of course, by Danny, by Dave, and the rest of the team. So yeah, I'm very excited. You know, I can't wait to get back from my holiday and really get started here. So if you have any question, guys, now you're welcome to shoot.
Jesper, I'd actually like if you would to just go a little bit into one of the first conversations we had when I first introduced you to Danny, Kai, and Golden. And you had said that you wanted to find something that you could work on, that something that would grab you, that you can work with, that's going to show to the people something that's powerful. And talk about what you thought about first, and then and where you're going to be heading at this point now.
Wow, you didn't prepare me for that question, so I hope I'm not saying too much. But well, when you approached me, you know, I wanted, because there's so many things in this toolbox. Okay, people really have to realize it. It's not just, you know, people say blockchain. What is blockchain? Blockchain can solve so many issues out there that not even your imagination can follow it here. Okay, and we went to a management call, and I said, guys, you know what? I need to find something that I can move forward. You just do your thing, develop the rest of whatever is out there. And we were they started talking about Excite, and I saw that app was amazing. There's nothing out there right now for the ordinary people where they can have several wallets in one. And it started moving to another direction where I said, you know what? Are you okay, Dave?
Yeah,
Somebody
absolutely.
calling in?
No.
It's okay. No. And it took me to the next level where you and we were discussing forth and back. And I said, data protection. What about data protection? This is something, and we started digging into that. And the more we talked about it, because of course, blockchain is all about protecting your everything, whatever you have, right? This can be coin, it can be data in general. It can be documents. It doesn't really matter what it is. And Danny came along in the whole discussion, and we were like, guys, you know what? We have to talk to the tech team about this and get into the details of how secure is our system that we have patents for compared to everything else that's out there. And I mean everything else from data protection. And we actually found out that we have the most secure system in the whole world. There's never going to be anything in the whole world that's 1,000,000% sure. Why? Because somebody can be so stupid they can leave their password on, on the kitchen table and then leave the home, right? But that stupidity you can never guarantee. But for safety, there's nothing out there that can beat us in any way, shape, or form. And I really got excited about that conversation. Remember that? I was all on fire, and I said, Dave, this is something that's been totally overlooked here. And I know this is only a small corner of what we're doing. But if we can start looking at marketing that and making the world aware of that, that's $1 billion business by itself. Okay? You make one small contract and prove your concept only based on that, and the business will explode with, extremely, how can I say, with an extreme speed? Is that correct? Sorry, I'm from Denmark. English is not my first language.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Jesper. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so from that, I really got excited. I wanted to get the whole marketing team, and I have to tell those in the community that is not aware, I have so many guys, capable guys of doing everything in the marketing. It's the top of the top and the best of the best. I can have marketing videos, PowerPoints. I can have websites, I can have flyers, I can anything. And trust me, I've had my own marketing company. It's always a struggle to find something here. But the way they build up this community here is so amazing. People, they fly in here because they want to help and do stuff. And you know what? I can pull from the best of the best to get what I need to go out and do what I do the best. But I can only do it if I'm supported by the best material. And right now we're actually working on a storyboard for this whole thing. And Dave is the one who's putting the last wording in there because he's native in English. So once that's done, I can't wait to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in case people don't understand, that was a shout out to the XTRABYTES marketing team, as well as the graphics guys and anybody who's involved in our marketing and graphics. Jesper was very impressed when, well, actually the first thing he did was he wanted to know, can you send me a list of all the people that are in the marketing team and what they do? And when he saw that, he was blown away. He said, this is the best team I've ever had access to. And usually I have to do most of the stuff myself. But now we have a team that's going to do this magical work that the whole community already knows. They've seen what our guys can do. It's fantastic what we have here for a team. And, to know that this all mostly comes from the community that we built over the last 3 years is fantastic. So, Danny, I'm gonna throw it at you now. Maybe we'll come back again to Jesper after. But Danny, welcome to the call. I'm happy to see that you joined us here, and take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. So I have a few things to share and to elaborate a little bit more on Jasper's story. As you guys might know, we have put it up a solution space on the website, which works on a few use cases that the XTRABYTES technology actually can work on. So we did this to support Jasper's team, and right after we put it up, we noticed that a lot of more people were start coming in and start showing interest because they could actually translate their own business to what XTRABYTES can do for them. So what we did with the development team and what we are working on right now is being supportive to the sales team by creating things so we can support actual live pilots and live demos for business and customers. And we are doing this by creating API endpoints and documenting that, and they will be put up on the website on a special developer page so that actual third-party developers and companies and anybody who wants to connect to our Genesis network can start doing that. So we are preparing that right now. The documentation is being written and the API calls are being documented. And in the end, people can start using that in the next couple of weeks. And this is not a small thing because this is the first time that actual third-party companies or third-party developers can connect to the Genesis network that we have set up. It's still not the full static network that we are after and that we are developing, but it's the first start and it's the first things that people can actually connect to, work with, see what we can do, and do extra things. And it will be really supportive for Jesper and the sales team as well, because we can actually start creating demos and doing demos for companies as well, just to show what we have inside of our company, and we can show off what the capabilities of our technology are without revealing the actual technology itself, because of course we are still in the patent process for a few other patents. But that's what we are doing right now. So a lot of people will be very happy with that because, again, it's the first step for actual use cases in real life for our technology. On the other hand, we have a few new developers coming into the team. Some already started. I know Ty is doing Ty, our HR manager, is a very good job doing currently in getting new people on. A lot of interviews, a lot of resumes have come in. We are still going through them. We are still interviewing a few of them. We already hired a few of them as well, which means the development team is also growing, which is very good. which also means that we identified that there were some flaws in task management, and now more people are coming in. It's more important to work in a strict way with decent task management and stuff like that. And therefore, we are going to put up more on our GitHub as well, so that actual third-party developers can also see what's happening, and they even can contribute to things like Excite or the Excite desktop, or to the API calls and stuff like that. So that's also things that are being done right now. So you guys can see more GitHub issues opened up and more GitHub commits and merges being done as well. I think that wraps it up for now for the development team. I mentioned Excite desktop in my words. As you guys know, Excite mobile is launched. I hope you all have installed it by now and tested it. We got a lot of good feedback on those. Not too many issues. I think we had one issue a couple of weeks ago where there was one server on our end that had a small issue. We fixed it really quickly. And yeah, we are now focused on Excite desktop as well. So work was already started a long time ago, but now the mobile is out. We are shifting work to the desktop so we can get a proper release on that in the upcoming time as well. And I think that's it for me.
Now, Jesper, actually, you had, with us talking earlier today, you had said something about the decentralized storage. Did you want to touch on that?
Sorry. You lost me there. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said earlier today, we talked about what's happening with the decentralized storage. You were going to mention something about that.
Oh, gee, what was that all about? Can you refresh me a little bit?
Sorry, Jesper, I'm talking to Danny, actually. Did I say Jesper? That was a question for Danny.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, so like 2 weeks ago, we introduced decentralized storage to our Genesis network, and we were able to connect to that through Excite. We have done that in a beta version, which is not released yet to the beta testers, because we are still doing some internal tests. But the decentralized storage is ready and we can use it. And we'll be looking for introducing that into the public Excite version anytime soon. All
right, very good. Thank you, Danny. Did you have any questions or any comments you wanted to make to Jesper to maybe see if you can trigger some more information from him?
Well, he did a great introduction about himself. He's enjoying coffee as well.
It was really hot, sorry.
I think the only question is, how does Jesper envision the future, I guess?
They gave me the cup like that, and I tell you, it's 100 degrees, and it came in the door here. I was like, gee, I had no chance. It just
looked like a hose. It looked like a hose. Someone was going to pour some water.
No, it's okay. Sorry. Well, Danny, you wanted to hear how I think about the future for this project?
Yeah.
Listen, I think this is going to be a whale in the industry, just to tell you the truth. Okay. And only the sky is the limit here. And I tell you the truth, I've been in the industry for now 5.5 years. And from what I've seen and what everybody dreamt about 5 years ago, they've been working in the background now for some years here with XTRABYTES, not really revealing to the world what the whole mission was here. But this is a whale that you created. You know, this is going to be a competitor to companies like Google. I'm sorry to say, laugh at me in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but you will realize, you guys know it, but the community will realize that we were right, okay? And I do know that the whole community, like I said before, they're focused on the coin value, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, just relax, okay? Just wait, sit, hold, don't stress out, because if you stress the team about the value of your coin, you just take a very valuable time from them, and they should be focusing on the business. I need to focus on marketing. I need to focus on sales. They need to focus on development. Dave needs to focus on management. So leave these guys to do that work, and me included, so we can do that and spend all the time possible rather than focusing on gee, we need to help the community grow their value in their coin, because this will come automatically. If you get a baby, you need to change the diaper sometime, right? But if you don't change the diaper, they will never grow up. It's the same here, okay? But if I only spend time changing diapers, not teaching my baby to grow up, I'll never have a good grown-up. This is gonna be, a grown-up in the industry, which will compete to everything that we know out there. And it's gonna be one of the biggest companies within blockchain technology, if you ask me, from all that I have seen in the industry so far. Does that cover enough for you?
More than enough.
Sorry about the story with the baby. If you don't have kids, they won't understand. But I have 5 kids, so it's a good story for me. Sorry.
Yeah, very well done, Jesper.
Okay.
Yeah, and same with you, Danny. Good job, guys. So I just wanted to touch on something else. Right now, we're very active with the videos coming out, and everybody saw the part with Lawrence Fishburne. If you haven't seen it, check the blog post that we did the other day. There's a link that goes to the Lawrence Fishburne behind the scenes video, which is where our public television version of the documentary is hosted. And so you can watch that there. We're pretty excited about having Lawrence Fishburne. He's a pretty cool guy. But other than that, we have this 6.5-minute corporate documentary that we are going to be releasing, and it's the full version. So there's a little more talking. Another 3 minutes or so is added to to what you see with Lawrence Fishburne, and it's a good video. I think you guys are really going to like it. So that's going to be coming out at any point, and we're also going to put the commercial up on YouTube as well. We have the rights to post both of those and use it for all our marketing purposes that we want. And we also have a situation where we need to decide whether or not we want to take the B-reel footage. So we're contemplating that right now, because there's probably a lot of other things that didn't make the cut for the documentary that we talked about in the recording sessions down in Florida. So yeah, we're thinking about that as well. We had to pay a little bit of extra money, but yeah, we decide on whether or not that's something that we want to have in our possession. So otherwise, I guess, I don't know, is there anything else you guys want to add?
Well, I can only say that I'm so excited to be back. How do you say that in English? Once I'm back from holiday here, no, I just can't wait to get started working on those. Danny, you know what I'm talking about, right? There was one big company that approached us, like I briefly touched on it when I said something before. But I believe that that's one of the major strategic partners that we could work on. Like I said, Australian company. It's far away from us at this point, but they have seen what we're doing. They want to know more, and they want to help doing a lot of stuff there. So again, here in Denmark and Germany, I have some very, very good contacts that I already have started approaching. And it's in different areas. But like I said before, once we have proof of concept, small or big, it doesn't really matter, then we're going to see some exciting times ahead.
Absolutely. And that's going to, with an established blockchain development company, I think it's a very good chance that they're going to have some high-level developers, maybe some people that can work right alongside Zoltan at his level and take some of that weight off his shoulders, because it's very challenging for him, all the things he has to do, because as Jesper said, this company is indeed a giant, and it's a lot of work. That's why it's taking so long. But he has the vision of putting this together and doing things right. And obviously we're looking for developers. Finding top level developers is pretty tough. We're very happy with all the different levels of developers that we have. They're doing a fantastic job with whatever they can do. But we don't have anybody else like Zoltan. And if we can find someone like that with this other company that Jesper is mentioning, that would be fantastic. I think that we could walk away from putting together a deal as far as that goes.
To tell you the truth, Dave, I don't believe that there's 10 guys like Zoltan's out there. So it's really tough to find somebody with those skills that he has, and which he has delivered to this project. So yeah, it's quite tough to find those good programmers in that field. You know, how much do people know about blockchain? Well, programmers, some are very reluctant to go into this area because there's so many things you need to know. It's not just programming here, okay? There's much more you need to know from the background here. So I think that's the reason. I think that new developers that go into this field, they're missing the history of, like, say, 5, 6, 7 years background of knowledge here. So yeah, can we find 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe 10? Yeah, but maybe 1 will be as good as Sultan. That's just the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. You know, when we talk about top level developers, there is a range, and indeed Zoltan is at the top of the heap without question. Okay, Danny, anything else?
No, I think we have covered it all for now.
Okay, Jesper, anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, I want to once again thank both of you for taking the time this evening to join us and to share some information with our community. And to the community, thank you all very much for watching and joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed our live stream, and maybe we'll look into doing this kind of thing a little more often. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.
Take care,
Have
guys.
a great day.